consciousness of what a world order is.
Those who believe themselves to be free disregard the fact that to be governed in the modern world is to be watched, inspected, spied upon, directed, law-driven, numbered, regulated, enrolled, indoctrinated, preached at, controlled, checked, estimated, valued, censored, and commanded by beings who have neither the right, nor the wisdom, nor the virtue to do so.
And that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
The transnational capital elite takes pride in pointing out that they have the largest middle class ever, but that's the 20%, but that doesn't extend down into the rest of the world, and they are getting poorer every day.
Well, right now they're capable of staying on top of the current, and they have enough money to buy into anything they want to, so they're trying to keep control.
It's not a lack of food, it's a lack of distribution. A quarter of all the food in grocery stores is thrown away.
They did not create it.
There's a need for a new world order. The relations with China are the fundamental challenge of American policy.
Don't make a mistake.
Collectivists claim the opposite. An emphasis on the rights of the individual, they suggest, rather than on the greater good, tends to inhibit social cooperation and promote an atomized population in which every man and woman is an island left to fend for themselves. And so the atomization of individuals only results when a government, under the guise of the greater good, is granted the power to enforce social isolation, or else to sow the seeds of fear and suspicion amongst friends and neighbors.
I warned you a few months ago about the Great Reset. And the mainstream media, you'll never guess what they did. They called me a conspiracy theorist to isolate me even more. I don't think it's working.
But it has different characteristics in different parts of the world.
And that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Now, could I prove that? This morning, when I was on radio, forgetting how much the world has changed already, I promised that this show would be up in full on YouTube and Facebook. Then we met with our attorneys and all of the people that are working literally their whole day trying to carve out a way to where we can communicate with you on social media.
The Prince is standing before this vast crowd, his arms outstretched. People are cheering and praising the Prince of this world. Medical experts are amazed, speechless at this miracle. There is no doubt
He lives among us humans. As to the economic man, no.
But then, as anyone can plainly see, he isn't a monkey.
The local pockets of resistance are really quite remote and fragmented. They pose no threat at all to your reign. Time will take care of them. As for the Chinese... They could pose a potential problem, but one that with care and if need be force can be handled.
And so everything that's part of the public domain, everything in the culture is for sale. So the G30 brings together 32 of the most powerful people in the world. They are essentially the executive committee of the policy core of global capitalism. They can formally develop policy recommendations outside of government oversight. They organize behind-the-scenes study groups with other TCC elites.
Don't be foolish. They're condemning themselves to death.
And they provide an international understanding of policies needed to protect global capitalism and continued growth.
World leaders orchestrated the pandemic to take control of the global economy.
Transnational elites interact as a class of people. They know each other often personally. They do business together, and they either know each other personally or know of each other. They have similar educational and lifestyle backgrounds. They share common global interests. They meet in non-governmental policy organizations and form new ones as needs arise.
The World Economic Forum orchestrated the pandemic.
Folks, it's too dangerous to meet anymore. We've got to split up. I suggest you take what supplies you can carry.
But we have another choice. We can build a new social contract. In short, we need a great reset.
As a conspiracy theorist, I really suck because they seem to happen.
The LA Times reports this year that 795 million people on the planet who suffer from chronic hunger.
Oh, no, I am in no mood to be preached at. That is the last thing I need.
But
that's where he jumped. The whole Earth that you saw there was New Mexico.
That's the 20%, but that doesn't extend down into the rest of the world, and they are getting poorer every day.
But it's all about keeping capital, the free flow of capital, going and investments happening without trade barriers and that.
Don't be foolish. They're condemning themselves to death. Don't make a mistake.
That will never happen. Oh, wait, it did.
We want to be free.
At that time, you will have the opportunity to pledge your allegiance to the prince and receive the economic mark. And those that refuse to receive the mark will be considered outside the New World Order and an enemy of the state. Any questions?
Yeah. Well, get ready.
Rare. Very rare.
We've been able to virtually starve them out. They have to make some accommodations.
Accommodations? I've had my fill of Chinese and so-called local resistance. I'll have no more of these. I am their god. They will worship me, or they'll burn.
Welcome. Yeah. Bibles. We believe that Jesus Christ is coming back soon, but we know very little.
Oh.
We're all new believers.
Yeah.
And we know that there is something up there looking down on us from space.
Christians. Yes, Christians. Bibles.
Yes, yes, yes.
But they will not do it. They can't do it. It can't. It doesn't exist.
It's no wonder why you read through their documents that you see something entirely different than what the New York Times is telling you. It's insane.
matters is what we know in our hearts. You can take the mark and not believe in what it stands for.
Understanding how power and inequality is sustained can perhaps give us opportunities for democracy and equality in today's world.
What he's saying is that's their fault.
But that's not what we said.
Let me tell you, it is a big deal. God will not be mocked on his own land by his own people who are covenant people.
Now, everything you heard is why I, the actual owner of the Alaska Cannabis Club, will be dedicating all of my energy toward fighting for freedom and fairness, which begins with legalizing marijuana here in Alaska. And as for this job, well, not that I have a choice, but fuck it, I quit.
All right, we apologize for that.
I hope this makes you nervous.
We can build a new social contract. In short, we need a great reset.